Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be tidying up the tomato bed, guys. The tomato bed, as you can see, it's a little bit all thick up. No air is exactly passing through like how I would like it. So what I'm going to do is just, tidy up the underneaths of them. Maybe take out a few leaves, because me personally, guys, when I grow, I try to just let things grow naturally. So I don't really mess around taking off side shoots and all them things there. No, unless I have to take them off. I just allow the plant to grow. And I just believe the more branches, the more fruits. Now I'm quite aware that we don't get the weather up here, the long sunlight weather, like to allow most of the fruits to be ready. But most people as well can also use the tomatoes green. Once you boil them, I think they're good, guys. Yeah. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I will be staking them up, putting stakes up, because they will get heavy, they will fall over. But as for taking off too much of the side shoots and all of that, guys, I just tend to just let the plant do its thing. So the first thing I'm gonna really be doing, guys, is just trying to give it a little quick tidy up, because, like I said to you, the tidying up never stops, guys. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna be going around the beds, taking out any of these dandelions, pulling out these guys here. And as you can see, look, you see the slug is hiding underneath, guys. So perfect example, if we try to keep the beds as tidy as possible, these guys don't have no space for them to hide, and then in return they won't be close enough to eat your food. Basically now, so I'm just going to be tidying up. So these are like amaranth plants, guys. They will be coming out maybe in another, say, we could say in another 3 weeks, a month time, we could be pulling these guys out and using them. But like I said, as their food, once again, they're also volunteers. I just tend to leave them alone and just see if the two of them can grow together, unless they're really becoming a bother to the tomato. But as you can see, it's not really troubling it too much, guys. So I'm just gonna come around, just have a look at the plant and just see if it's leaning in any way. Now this guy here is quite bushy, and as I said to you, if you look down the bottom, or most of these are suckers, guys, just coming off the actual main stem. But already you can see this sucker here is gonna be giving fruits, guys. You see what I'm trying to explain? So if I take it off, I'm only gonna be losing the fruit. And most of these tomatoes as well are determined. And with determined, it's just best if you just let it, get into a bush and give you the tomatoes that way. The indeterminate ones down there, which I believe these guys may be, then yeah, we can take out some of the side shoots, allow them to kind of take their natural structure and move upwards, because we don't have the space. But if we got the space, guys, let the thing let it do its thing. That's what I say. So as usual, if leaves are touching the ground like these guys, I will be taking them out. you know the idea is just to try to get some air moving through the underneath of the plant, guys. I forgot on my snips, guys, so I'm gonna have to use my thumb, but I'm sure it's okay. It doesn't hurt the plant in any way. It looks like I just broke a piece off by accident, guys. Now this could actually keep growing, guys. Yeah, you could, in theory, put this in the soil and it will start to grow, but it won't be from the hairs. It won't be from the trichomes that's coming off it, guys. It will be from the actual stem. Sometimes you might see bumps on the stem itself. They'll come out with those bumps, not the trichomes. But I've got enough tomatoes and we're late in the season, so I don't really need to do any kind of transplanting, guys. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do, guys, is just try to improve the airflow through the plant. Any leaves that's touching the actual soil, I will actually remove them and try to encourage the plant to kind of grow upwards rather than kind of underground laying down. Hey guys, so once again, I got some amaranth plants growing next to them. These I'll be pulling them out. Like I said, in some places, like in Jamaica and stuff, they call them callaloo, but it's just a different like variety of it. You can also get these like in the red, as you can see, this color red. You can get the actual leaves all red as well. But I think in general, they're all the same plant. Yeah, man. So we're just doing a quick little maintenance around them. I don't mind pushing the callaloo away like this. It's fine. And as you see, we don't really have much pest problems with the leaves, just, the occasional little nibble there and here, but in general, they're cool. So I'm just looking for any leaves that's touching the ground, guys, just to prevent any mold and stuff. In general, just improving the airflow. Once I finish doing this in general, guys, I'll be coming back. And like I said, as you can see, this guy here is kind of, I'll be putting a stake just to allow it to stay stable in the wind and come up, especially when it starts to give fruits. When I put these in the ground, if you watch the video, they were little small plants, So this is what I'm saying to you about transplanting from one place to the next. Sometimes it can be a bit time consuming, Once the plant is strong enough and it's got a root system, put it straight in the ground. You'll be surprised how healthy they can grow, as you can see with these guys here. Alright guys, so now I've just done as much of the weeding as I can. Just pulling at what needs to be pulled. I've still got to do a few more down there still, but I'm nearly there. I just want to show you, the process of what I'm doing. Don't really want to make the video too long, as they say, guys. Alright, so after this now, I'm just basically going to get some stakes. And I'm going to stake them up, where that I'm going to try to, when I look down, I'm able to see kind of like the soil through them. And that should be able to give them enough airflow, because as you know, guys, the blight likes damp places. And that's kind of like, that can trigger it off along the way. Alright, so let me just show you what I do next, guys. So I just basically, in the years that comes, I may cut a tree down. Like if I cut this tree down, I'll just put the branches to the side, and over time they will give you twigs, guys. You know what I mean? So it's the same principle as if you were to buy bamboo or, to stick up your plants. They may not be quite as straight, but I'll kind of show you, how I use them. So we'll just start off with, this one here, guys. So as you can see, this one here is laying down on the ground. I'm simply just gonna come, just put the stake next to it, guys. Make sure we don't hurt any of the fruits, and it looks like I've broken this one off. So as you know, guys, always be gentle at this stage. And I'm just simply gonna push it down as steady as I can, because this is trying to hold up the fruits and the wind. Alright, guys, so for now, as you can see, this is our main branch. This would have been a sucker coming off of the main branch, as you can see. But yeah, we'll start off like that, simply just weave some of the branches, because what we want to do is make the tree kind of lean on top of the stake, guys. You know, let's try to find the right movement for it. Right, that's a lot better. And I'm simply going to repeat the process, guys. I'm going to go find a long piece of sticks. So for instance, these, if my peas had done a lot better, these are what I would have been using as the natural stakes. Just stake them all along there. But yeah, they got eaten. Let's find some shorter sticks. And I was literally going to try to do that for all the plants, guys. Just try to find their center, so to speak. And if I need be, guys, sometimes you may, you know, if you want to cut, tie, you can tie, or you can just try to weave them, you know, try not to break any of the branches. And I would just simply come along and just put more sticks along the sides of them, guys. You know, get another one. This, guys, as a form of recycling as well, rather than just cutting it down and burning it. It's good to try to find, you know, a purpose for them. Now with this girl here, I might need to tie her up the way she's kind of bushing up. And all that does is just put a bit of strength into them. It just puts a little bit of strength into the structure. And then if you need to, like I said, you can come situations like this, just put another little stake. You know, and all we're trying to do is just strengthen the plant, guys. You know? Maybe a little bit too much strength here. But yeah, you get the concept. Let me get another stick to put there. The whole concept is just to try to get no leaves, you know, touching the ground as much as possible. If you have a stem that's lying on the ground, then, you know, that particular stem will eventually start to root anyway. And then, you know, it can only be more food for the plant. But in a lot of cases, to make it look tidy and, you know, maybe in a way you could say organized, people will cut and, you know, make their plant look pretty. But me personally, I'm interested in the tomatoes, and, you know, as long as I know my plants are healthy and I'm taking good care of them, the aesthetics is not too, you know, I ain't really too bothered with the aesthetics, guys. As long as it works, you know. But it's all part of the simple gardening again, guys. It's just simple, you know. Just use the stuff you got in the garden, integrate them back in, and over time, you know, they will reward you. Right, guys, so you get the concept. Once again, I just come onto the other side of the actual plant. Just make sure that this part is not touching the ground. And this is just basically how I do it, guys. You know, I'm not saying you 100% have to do the same. I'm just saying, yeah, I just try to use the organic stuff around me, the natural stuff. If I cut a tree, it's got branches. Those branches can be used as stakes. And that's what I'm doing here. This one here is a pretty straightforward one. So I'm just gonna put a stake along its side, just straight down the middle there, just to keep him up. And like I said, a lot of these amaranth plants will be pulled out very soon or be taken out. So I always wanna have it so when you're walking, you're not bumping into anything, or it's not, you know, sticking onto your side. You want to have enough space in your hallways, I'm sorry, in your pathways, my bad. And yeah, so I'm just gonna repeat that process, guys. And when I finish that step, I'll show you, what it looks like towards the ending, guys. Right, guys, so as you can see, I'm trying to just put the sticks on either side of the plant. And it's gonna, it kind of like comes over, like, kind of crosses through the plant like this. Or at least that's what I'm trying to achieve. And then as the plant grows, it's gonna act like a basket and net, where I need to, you know, put the leaves in, I can put the leaves in, and then that'll be able to hold it up, give it a bit of strength for it to go, the next stage. And it's going to take a little bit of work, guys, but the idea is to just get the plant to grow up without it flopping over. And I like to do things, like I said, as natural and as organic as possible. So I tend to use the sticks, and that's what I'm using the sticks for, is to just basically try to, lock the plant in, lock it in on each side. And it will give support on this side. We got a stick on that side, and the plant, literally, the idea is for it to grow through, without much problems, guys. And as we do that, we add support. We add support for the plants. If we had to truly survive, guys, and there was nowhere to buy the stuff, no Amazons, no big supermarkets for us to go in and buy certain things, we would have to do it this way, in an organic, natural way. Because where are we going to order it from? Who's making it? So I'm just saying to you, natural, organic. This is how I see it. This is how I see natural and organic, guys. All right, guys. So that's the final one. The final one in the staking for now. This little one here, I might just leave him. Let's let him do his thing, and then the next time I come, I'll put a stake, because he looks fairly small. So next thing I'm going to do is just walk along, guys, and just see if I can, I'm able to see space and gaps in between. Then I know if I look down, I can see the soil. I know that, there should be enough air, hopefully, blowing through. And if there is any blights coming, or if these guys are, prone to blight, maybe you can slow it down, slow it down a little. I'm not saying to you they won't get it, but the idea is to slow it down. In nature, that's all we can do, guys. We can't stop nature. We can only slow it down. Right. So as we here as well, we might as well just have a quick look, So you can see we've already got flowers on these guys here, guys. You see, we've got some nice flowers. I believe that tomatoes are self-pollination. You don't really need to pollinate them. And down here we got, if you can see, we got a nice one coming along here, guys, where my fingers is, So yeah, we got tomatoes along the way. All I want to do is, as I've put these new things on, just make sure that none of the tomato trusses are getting squashed against, there's that center branch here. And yeah, as we can see, we're good to go, guys. Right, guys, so on that note, peeps, I hope you've enjoyed my, my tomato staking and / tidying up video. The next video that we do see on the tomatoes, we should hopefully have, nice tomatoes on there, and then we can see how well maybe our harvest may be. And like I said, a lot of these guys, they were kind of mixed up between Money Makers, Rio Grande, and I believe I got one called Sunny D or something like that. But it's no, Sunny Delight, I think it's called, but it's a yellow tomato. So it could be any of these that's there. But in the end, guys, my motto, as long as I get the food, that's what I'm after. So tomato is a tomato to me. All right, guys, so on that note, let's live well, and together we grow.